Hi, it's Military Modeller Paul with an update on my Trumpeter SU152, and I've got the base, the primer on, which was black. I didn't go for the light colour in the end, black. Then I went with the base colour, which was an AK colour. Then I went to mix 2 extra colours into it to do 2 other coats with a slight deviation of the colour, and then I clear coated with another paint, which I'm going to show you in a minute anyway. But this is something I've always wanted to do, and this is to do with Ron Carvery. He always starts his video with that nice sip of coffee. I've got tea though. A nice sip of toffee, and then he does this. So I thought I'd do one. I won't do that anymore, but I just thought it'd be a laugh and a giggle to do that. And this is actually the 2nd of January, not the 1st as I put in the previous video anyway, but I've got it written in underneath when I'm going to edit it soon. So there you go. So anyway, down to the bench then. I can show you exactly what I've done. Back in a second. Well, here we are again, back at the bench and showing you the SU152, and this is my second take because I forgot to switch the camera on completely. I just kept talking to myself. Anyway, so it doesn't matter, I'll try and do the same. So anyway, this is the SU152 as you can see, and you can see got sort of the modulation was what most people call it anyway, and I've done that this time more so than what I'm going to be doing this sort of thing with purely bland colour tanks anyway, because I still think it gives it a bit more detail. It brings out the detail as well. Anyway, this is basically using sort of the same, as near as my version of Night Shift's way of doing it, and I'm really pleased. I've been watching these videos again recently, so there you go, and good idea. So anyway, so let's talk about the paint, because that's what I said I would talk about. The base coat, was actually, I haven't got that paint on the desk with me, but it's actually Mr. Surfacer, the black version, and it was a 1500 one. So basically that was it. Very fine, really good, and it goes down really well and sprays excellently. And I did thin it down obviously quite a bit, so it gets nice and get a nice wet coat, and it's okay. Then the next colour after that had dried, I gave it about 30 to 40 minutes because it does dry pretty quick. Then I went on with the base colour, which is an AK colour, which is this one. Here you can see, very nice. That's good stuff. Again, this has been thinned, it's been mixed, as I put an M on the top front. Yep, and you might be able to hear it. Then once I sprayed all the colour, cut the thing because I'd actually got it. I put some more in the, let it dry for about 40-50 minutes, and then I went back in with a. Now I used a Tamiya colour to mix with it, because you can do, because even though the Tamiya acrylics, it's more of a lacquery based foam, because you can use lacquer thinners with it. And I went back in with XF4, added some drops to change the tone to a lighter green, a slightly lighter green, and it did that. And then I went around doing what Night Shift does, basically spraying little bits all around in different areas of the thing, on these circulars and on the hatches and all the bits and pieces, giving it a sort of another tint of green, as you can see there. And then after that dried, I used the same colour because I mixed it into a jar, and then I added some buffer into it, which is XF57, you can see here, and it really good, and it toned it down. It gave a sort of slightly brownish tint to the green, and then did the same again, went around all the details to pick it all out. So that was really good. So I'm really pleased with that. And right after that, when it all dried, and this was the next day, I didn't do it on the same day, is basically I went back in with this clear coat, which is super clear semi varnish from MRP. This is one of their old bottles, I believe, but a dropper bottle. So I do take the lid off because it's easier to pour it, and then put the lid back on than what you just muck about with it any other way. Really good. I like this varnish as well, so that's good. So that's what I've done. So really, she had five coats, didn't she? Basically, or 5. Was it 6? No, it was for 5 coats, including the black primer. Anyway, so let's have a little run around the vehicle. I think you can see the actual shots were damaged bits, and the bits down the front of the plate, the small arms fire has been done on there, and you can't see the one down here too well, but it is there, and it will stand out when I do another thing. I think you can see a shadow there. You can see a shell, and around the side, and you can see the 3 hits on this bit round up here. and there's one on the side. I think I had to put one on the side as well. I did. So there you go. So you go around, and now what I'm going to be doing next is detail painting. See, there's a bit there. That's this bit ricochet that's actually moulded into it. I'm actually going to basically go round and do some chipping bits and pieces. Yeah, I did put the actual canister on there, but what I did, I used the kit one, but I used the actual latches from the photo etch shop, photo etch set, so that was quite good. You can see all you can see the various tones here. It just brings it to life, I suppose, because if it was just all one brown green, it would just look like a toy, I suppose, when you think about it. But it's looking quite nice, and all the way around. And the etch that was going to be open is this one. I didn't leave the figure here, but I've actually glued the figure to bits together now, apart from putting the head on, and she's on the spade ready to be primed out in where the spray booth is. So be able to do that sometime later, tomorrow most probably. Now the wheels have been done using all the same paints again, and I think it's going to be all right there. Well, if I move this out of the way quickly, there you go. There, they're done. All done. Black primer. Everything was done exactly the same way, including all the colour code too. Just gives it a bit of detail. You can see the darkness and the shadows in there. It really comes out quite nice. I quite like the pat. Right, let's bring that back in and put it like that. And that really is this update, because there's not much more to talk about apart from the fact that when this build's finished, I will be going on to meet Nelson. And if I don't quite finish the Nelson before our next buddy build with Greg, because he's going to, once I'm working on the Nelson, he's going to be going on to a project he's going to be doing. He'll be doing, telling you all about that later. And then we've already got another project lined up after that anyway. So, and I'm not going to mention what that is, but we'll both be doing another model, another buddy build. And we've most probably got some planned for the rest of the year. There you go. So anyway, so that's it. That's how she is now. And again, this will be the last time I say it. Happy New Year to everyone. And sorry about the coffee cup remark, Ron. I couldn't resist it. Anyway, so, and it's over there now with tea, so I've got to finish that in a minute. So, right, happy modelling, and catch you with the next update. Happy modelling.